Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I had a conversation with someone a few days ago that even if you don't want to label yourself a prepper and you don't believe in being prepared for times of hardship, for crises, etc., that it is still a great idea to have a few months worth of things that you use on a regular basis because that saves you money. Now, before we go over all of these tools that I got to give you an idea of things that maybe you ought to be getting now while they're on the cheap, for the mere fact that it's after the holidays and a lot of stores are trying to get rid of their excess inventory. Now, take this for example. It's a flat of green beans. These were on sale. Am I all out of green beans? No, I'm not. I still have probably about a good 6 month supply of green beans in my prepper pantry. However, ladies and gentlemen, I like to have at least a good 1 year supply of green beans. Well, then AP, why haven't you been filling in the gaps with your green beans? Because I know that every year after the holidays, things like this, green beans, canned corn, canned vegetables of pretty much any kind, they go on sale because the stores oversupply them to make sure that they have enough during the holiday season. So me getting down to a 6 month supply of green beans in my pantry is not that big of a deal, because instead of resupplying or filling in my gaps during the times that the prices are at regular price, which wait until I tell you what the regular prices are today and what the sale prices are. But anyways, as I was saying, instead of getting them right away at a time where the prices are at regular price, I have the ability to wait until they're on sale because I have an overstock of them myself in my prepper pantry. Now, these green beans right here, along with a couple of flats of corn that I purchased, were on sale for like 68 cents a can. Now, do you remember last year where 68 cents a can was the actual price of green beans or corn or your garden variety canned vegetables? Now, I understand that this can be different throughout the regions of the US and even the world, of course, because in some places they may be cheaper, some places they may be more expensive than the prices that I'm quoting you. But you would probably notice that in your region as well, this year's sale prices are last year's regular prices. And I do believe that as we go on, as inflation takes a stranglehold on consumer items, that this year's regular prices are going to be next year's sale prices. Now, the regular prices on one of these garden variety cans of vegetables is a little bit over $1. I see that next year, that's probably going to be the sale price. So get it now while you can. Stock it up if you have room. And remember that being prepped is a way that you can save money by waiting for sales to pop up before you run out of stuff because you got plenty of it anyways. So stock up now on those things that you know for a fact you're going to use that are currently on sale. Now let me show you a few of the things that I got that I go on the hunt for every year after the holidays because they're always at a great price and they are things that I use every single year. So I am a big fan of Ryobi tools. I've been using them for, I want to say, close to 10 years now on a regular basis. Every time that I'm working on a project, you'll see a Ryobi tool laying around of some kind or another. And during the holiday and after the holiday season, if they have an excess amount, ladies and gentlemen, I love picking up some of these big batteries because these are not the little ones that they normally come with. These are the big 6 amp hour, 18 volt lithium batteries, and these last a very long time. And if you remember last year, I picked up a couple of these as well. If you remember the video that I did showing you what I got during the holiday sales last year. So I always pick up at least one of these. This year I picked up a couple. I picked up this pack also that brings a 4 amp along with a 2 amp, and it brings a charging station. And the reason I picked this one up is because it was a very good price, but along with picking this up, if you bought one of these, you were able to pick one tool for free. Ended up getting this because these little air blowers here, believe it or not, they make a great way of being able to get the snow off of your automobiles when it's really cold in the winter. So instead of using my shop vac, I got this little thing, which is nice and handy, and it does push out up to 160-mile-an-hour winds, which should be plenty for getting like the snow out of your windshield and getting the snow off of in between your windshield wipers. You know how that's always a pain in the butt, so that's why we decided to get this right here. So I thought it was a great deal. So for this right here, and for this right here, I think it came out to like $99 or $109, something like that. And remember that if you are a veteran, Lowe's and Home Depot both give you 10% off your purchase, but it's on limited items. And I believe that we got 10% off everything here that you see. And again, the reason that I do these videos, ladies and gentlemen, is not to brag to you on what I got. It's to give you ideas. You may see something here and say, hey, you know what? That's a great idea. I should probably pick up a couple extra batteries just so that I can have them, because who knows with these tariffs and things that's supposed to be going on, how much these batteries are going to cost next year. You never know. But if you pick up a couple of packs or even one pack, then you know you're going to have enough batteries to last you a few years, because these do last a pretty long time. And I've actually done some tests with these batteries where I left them out over winter, all winter long. And when I take them out of the package and use them, they're still perfectly fine, and they last just as long as any other of the same kind battery that I have laying around inside the house. I've always said that you can never have too many bits of any kind, be it drill bits or be it Phillips, be it Torx, be it flathead, whatever it may be, spade bits. All right, you can never have enough of these things. At least I can't, because you always lose one here, lose one there, break one here or break one there. It happens to me every single year. So when we see that these things are like 10 bucks a piece or like $9.99 a piece, we always pick one or two up. And every once in a while, you get lucky and find them at like $5 a piece. So you can see here that I got a couple of boxes of these bits. They come with all different types of bits, different configurations. It's just a great idea to have these. And can you just imagine what an awesome barter tool this would be? Talk to someone like Billy from Frontier Preppers, who came from a communist country, and ask him how difficult it is to get something like this. But I know we don't live in a communist country, and hopefully we never will. However, ladies and gentlemen, do you think that these are going to go down in price or up in price? Now, I believe that we are going to enter into an economic war, and we already are in one per se. However, when things get really bad, countries are just going to stop exporting to us. Let's hope that doesn't happen, but if it does, do you have extra of these that you can barter with? Do you have extra of these that you can maybe help out friends and family? Let me tell you what, I would rather have these laying around in my tool shed than to have a $10 bill in the bank doing absolutely nothing with it. This is something right here, these Ratchet set or these Ratchet tie downs is something that I always get when I see them on sale. Why? Because every year I go through 2 or 3 or 4 that tear, that break, that they don't want to work anymore. These aren't the super expensive ones, but for 10 bucks, you can't complain in getting 4 sets of Ratchet tie downs. So I went ahead and got a couple of sets. Again, same reason as why I get this, because in my opinion, especially here where we live, we're always tying stuff down. You can't have too many of those. Now, this right here is something that I normally don't see on sale, but this year I believe it was like 50% off, and it only cost, I think, 14 bucks or $15. And I was very thrilled that these were on sale, because this is just very nice. And what I really like about this set right here, even though I haven't taken it out of the case yet, is you can see right here that you can cut an entire piece of wire instead of trying to cut one strand at a time. But this looks to be very high quality. I do have one of these that I use on a regular basis whenever I'm working on a little bit of electrical work. For example, I just put a new light up in the kitchen because the light that we had up before went bad. So we needed a little bit of electrical work being done so that I can attach the plug to it. Easy peasy. And this right here is a very good quality brand. And then again, ask yourself, is this something that you foresee maybe needing in the future? And if not, what kinds of things things do you think you may need in the future that you can find on sale now? Now, we always pick up a couple little things that maybe we didn't think about, that we just saw and said, hey, let's go ahead and grab that. That's probably a good idea. So always trying to find a place to put our electrical cords during the summertime when we're really not using that many of them. Because in the wintertime, we use a lot of electrical cords in order to plug in our vehicles. And we came across these that were on sale as well. Again, this is just something that's going to make life a little bit easier, and why not get it now when we have it on sale than to pay full price for it later on when you really need it. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, we came across this little lantern right here. That's actually a battery daddy with a 1,000 lumen lantern on the top. It'll hold like 40 or more batteries. And it also comes with a battery checker or a battery tester, which is pretty neat. You put your batteries in here, and before you replace the battery of whatever it is that you're changing out, you can check them and actually make sure if the battery that you're replacing is good or bad. I actually have the same brand of battery daddy, but in the bigger case that doesn't come with a lantern, but it also does come with a little battery tester. And for 10 bucks, ladies and gentlemen, you can't go wrong. And finishing it off, ladies and gentlemen, remember, this video is intended not to tell you that, hey, you have to get this, you have to get that, you have to get this right here. Now, this is just a video showing you a few of the things that I get, why I get them during this time of year. Again, because they're usually on sale. Stores are trying to get rid of their inventory. And maybe you ought to look around, not only in your pantry, but also in your tool shed or wherever you keep your tools, and see, hey, is this something that I know I'm going to need in the future? And what happens if the one that I have now breaks? Do I only have one, or do I have a backup? And you know what I like to say? That one is none, two is one, but man, I'll tell you what, 27 is a heck of a lot better. Having said that, I hope that you have a great day. Thank you very much for joining in today. What I think I'm going to start doing is I think I'm going to maybe do some videos that maybe I'll call Rudy's Reviews or something like that, because I show you things like this that I get, but I never really show you how they work, if I like how they work, was it worth me spending 10 bucks on this, you know, how do these bits work, all of this kind of stuff. So maybe in the future, you know, I'll take the time, maybe towards the summertime, I'll take the time to use some of these things and just do a few short videos here and there to actually show you how these little things that I get throughout the year work. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you very much for your support. God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Elastic Prepper. I am out. Lulu, are you talking? What do you want to say? What do you want to say? Shh, be quiet.